joining me for this webinar today. We are going to talk about simple SEO strategies for the pediatric direct primary care practice. I'm Andrea Wadley. I'm a pediatrician. I've owned my DPC Peds practice since 2018. And these are some of the SEO strategies that I have learned along the way in growing my own business. In this webinar, we're going to cover three main topics. The first is how to claim and maintain your Google My Business listing. Next is to understand how to leverage your website content for SEO. And last, we're going to learn some simple social media strategies that will help to grow your presence on the internet. Like I said earlier, I am Dr. Wadley. I am a pediatrician. I'm a lactation consultant. I'm also board certified in breastfeeding medicine. I opened a pediatric and lactation direct primary care practice in July of 2018 after I had spent 8 years as a newborn hospitalist. I have learned some of these SEO strategies along the way. I've made lots of mistakes, and I wanted to teach this stuff to you so that you could learn how to grow your own business yourself. And please know that I am far from an expert in this topic. This is just something that I have learned along the way, as well as learned from my husband, who also owns a local small business. There are lots of things that you should know about SEO, and the first of all is what I like to call the black hole. So I think of SEO as a black hole, especially when I was starting out in my pediatric practice. Becoming a business owner for the first time, I had not the foggiest idea of how to grow my presence on the internet. And so I threw lots and lots of money into this black hole for people who say they knew a lot about SEO, but never really gave me any return for my investment. So that is why I'm passionate about this topic. I want to teach you some of these basics so that you can learn some of this yourself and not make some of the mistakes that I made in the early days of throwing money at the problem. And just know that it takes time and consistency to develop a web presence. And I want you to learn some of the basics yourself, like I said, so that you know what you're doing before you spend money on somebody else who claims they know what they're doing. And then also just remember to keep your goals in mind. The goal of this is not to become some blogging expert or SEO expert. It's to grow your small business and have your direct primary care practice succeed. So the first topic we're going to tackle is Google My Business. So Google is, for better or for worse, the main way that people search for things. So your Google My Business listing is an important business asset. So we're going to talk about how to claim your listing, how to describe your business. I'm going to encourage you to post to your listing regularly and also create a system where you're getting regular Google reviews from your patients and clients. So first of all, you need to claim your profile online, and this is fairly straightforward to do. So you just go to google.com/business, and this is the screen, and this is what it looks like, and this is the information that you'll get. When you click on this Manage Now button, you can follow the prompts, do the things that they need you to do, and then eventually they mail you a postcard to your location with a code on it that you can put into a web browser and claim your listing. Of course, before you do any of this, you have to have your business name, your entity, your address, all of those things set up before you can claim this listing. And so then once you claim the listing, you want to update your data. So you can go in and edit your profile with your demographic information. So all of these tabs are pretty straightforward. As you click through, you can edit your profile and add this information to it. Google will also show you here how many people interact with your profile. They'll send you an email each month with that information. And then what your profile strength is and how it looks. So they like the way my profile looks right now. And then so be sure to include location data, your service area, all of that stuff, because Google loves location data. And now Google My Business is currently under the Maps functionality on Google. So when you get a description of your business, this part of the Google My Business listing, you want to use some keywords. So here in this, I talk about pediatrics, how I'm a direct primary care pediatrician. I did notice when I was working on this webinar that I left out lactation, so I'm going to have to go back and add that in. But make sure you're adding the keywords that you want people to know and to understand about you and your practice.